"What did you say?" Nico asks, and he stares in Tristan's eyes with confusion. "Congratulations, man," Tristan tells him. "You are my beta from now on. I already mind link everyone in the pack, and tonight at Rose's party, we will announce everyone officially about your new position." But, and Nico turned his head in Rose's direction, who was mouthing him that she loves him and was jumping like a kid in front of her birthday present. But nothing. I decided. I have no idea why I postponed this for 4 months. Maybe exactly because you took care of everything, and I didn't feel Mason's leave at its real intensity. And this time Tristan was serious. "What about my position?" Nico asks him when he calms down a little. "If we don't have a gamma, nothing changes," Nico confesses, and he is damned right. "You can choose one of our warriors," Rose tells them, but Zoey disagrees. "No. They were Mason's men. They were always together, and I don't trust them when it comes to the security of our pack." "Then," and Rose pouts her lips annoyed. "Nico is right. We are in the same shit. He will continue to work till midnight." "Is there anyone who you trust?" Nana asks them. "I mean, I agree with Zoey regarding most of the warriors. Those who were in close contact with Mason shouldn't have the chance to be in high ranks. It's too risky. We will not allow what happened with Mason to happen again. It's true that without proof they are still innocent, but until they prove that they are honest, you shouldn't allow them to find important things." "Then who do we trust?" Tristan asks. "Johan?" Zoey answers. "Yeah, he is fine, but he is a doctor princess," Tristan explains to her. "I trust him with our health, but not enough to let him become a gamma." "Daniel Sinner?" Nico asks. "He is Delta now. He could work." "That's a scoundrel," Rose said this time. "He is a good warrior, but he is not even able to organize his own life. I saw him whoring around just like Mason did. I don't want to see him every day in the pack house." "Is him the one who fancied you?" Zoey asks her, and the moment she did it, both Nico and Tristan looked at Rose in horror. "He did what?" Nico gets up and Rose runs after him, stopping him. "Hey, stop it! It was a few months ago when you rejected me and he thought that he had a chance with me, but I kicked his balls and that was enough to make him avoid me. Let him be." "Man, anyone but Sinner," Nico tells Tristan. "It looks like we lack good and trusting pack members," Nana said, disappointed. "Because of that jerk, now you are in that stupid position that we blow even in yogurt for fear of getting burned." And all 5 stood there and thought about who could take the gamma position. They were taken aback, and there was no one who could show himself worthy for that position, when suddenly Nico's little brother showed up. He is 18. He found his wolf 3 months ago, and he is the craziest wolf Crescent Moon Pack has. Always joking, pranking everyone, and killing Tristan's and Nico's brain, but a damn good warrior. He is young but very powerful for his age, and he started to work as a warrior 3 months ago. "Who died?" Jack asks and looks at everyone, but seeing Rose, he makes a happy dance and asks her, "Girl, what's with that face? Did my brother ruin your birthday? Just give me a chance. I told you that you got the wrong Costner," he joked with her. But in the next second, Nico slaps his head. "Suit yourself, Jack," he growled at him. "She is your sister-in-law, and you can't have her." And in the next second, he pulls Rose in his arms, securing her. "Well, I am more handsome than you are, and younger." But this time, Tristan slaps his head too. "Jack Costner, do you have a death wish? Do you have plans with my sister?" "You are constipated," Jack growls, pissed off. "I was just joking. I will never take my brother's mate, and he knows that I am waiting for my fated mate. But you two have anger issues. You need therapy." And the moment he said that, Tristan tried to slap him again, but Zoey stopped him. "If Rose doesn't want you, I will take you, Jack." "I am fine with you," she said and winked at her, and Jack sent her a blowing kiss. "That's it. I am killing him," Tristan said and tried again to grab Jack, but Jack took a step back. "You two are the girls of my dreams." Jack continued to mock the boys, and walking to Nana, he took her hand in his hand and sat close to her. "But I will take this lady. She's the best." And he started to laugh. "You are impossible, Jack," Nana told him and shook her head. "Just take care with these 2 bullies because they will beat you sooner or later." "But, sweet Nana," Jack joked, "who will protect the damsels in distress if I die in these men's hands?" Tristan looked at Nico, and he was at his limit. Your brother is annoying, man, he whispered, and returned to the sofa and placed Zoey again in his lap, while Nico did the same thing with Rose. You two are just envious, Jack joked again. Keep dreaming, Nico told him. But this time he smiled, because he knew his brother. He was a pain in his ass, but at the same time he was playful and up to his tricks, making them laugh. I just wanted to tell Rose happy birthday, Jack said. You are hiding her from me all day long, Jack tells Nico. You are sweet, Jack. Thank you. Rose said and smiled at him, but Jack annoys them again in the next second. Can I kiss you, Rose? It's a happy birthday kiss. And as soon as he finished that, Nico splashed his glass of water on poor Jack. Jack Costner, I am strangling you, he growled. Zoey was laughing hard, and Rose too, but when Jack got up and said, glad to help you solve your anger issues. We are brothers after all. They looked at each other, and the same idea came to mind. You know what? Zoey said, looking at Tristan. Jack might be exactly what we are looking for. Princess, you know that I love you, but he just turned 18, and he has no experience in the pack. He is still a kid. Tristan said, and everyone became mute. Jack Costner as Crescent Moon Pack's Gamma? Experience for what? Jack asked, and he looked at Tristan and then at Nico, realizing that this might be something important. Nico looked at his little brother frowning, but thinking about this possibility and sensing this, Rose hugged him and pecked him lips, helping him to calm down. I think that Zoey is right. We will keep everything in our family, because the kid has been our family since I became Nico's mate. And he may be young, but he can learn, and he is strong. You saw him training, and he damn right for that position if you will teach him how to do it. He's been training with Nico since he was a baby. He watched him training the warriors. He can make it. What the hell are you all talking about? Jack asked, and he got scared realizing that everyone was watching him, squeezing their eyes, so he got up, trying to drift away before they would eat him alive. Love you, Rose, he said, and was wicked at him. I need to find a cave and move on, because your mate cast an evil eye on me. I will defend you, Jackie boy, Rose laughed, but right when Jake was ready to leave them, Tristan commanded him. Turn around, Jack. Poor Jack peed on his pants when he heard Tristan's alpha command, but he did exactly what Tristan asked him to do. I will ask you something, and I want you to be sincere, Tristan said with calm. I was just joking, Tristan, Jack said, and this time Nico was enjoying the show. It's payback time. About loving my Luna or about loving my sister? Tristan asked him and lifted an eyebrow. I would never joke about that, Alpha, Jack said. I love them, and he surprised everyone, but not as you imagine. They are my Luna and my sister-in-law, and I would give my life for them if it is needed. So yes, I confess, I love them, and I love my brother too, and even you, Alpha, and I swear to you that I am not gay, but I would do anything to know you safe. And Zoey smiled as she heard him saying that. I know that you had a difficult period, and you can't trust anyone right now, except these people who are with you right now. I know that I am young and stupid, but I am not malicious, so I'm sorry if I offended you. I was just joking. I respect you, and I respect them too much. Tristan watched the boy intensely, making his heart almost stop, and then he watched Nico. What do you think? This might work. If we teach him, he will be loyal, and Rose is right, he is family. He is one of us. He is my little brother, man, Nico says, and he stops for a second. I want him out of danger, and the Gamma position will put him in the front line when the danger comes. But he is loyal, and he really loves all of us. Since he was just a little boy, all he dreamed about was to grow up and be a great warrior, to make the Alpha proud of him. Tristan looked into Zoey's eyes, and she was smiling at him in such a sweet way that his heart became still. Tristan, Rose said, this would be a great birthday present. And she pointed in Jack's direction, making him perplexed. So we all agree? Tristan asks for the last time, and everyone nods. He's holding out his hand to Jack, who is staring at it, having no idea what to do, but Tristan made everything clear in the next second. I am waiting for you in my office tomorrow morning, Gamma Jack Costner, Tristan said, and Jack's came off. I am the new Gamma of the Crescent Moon Pack? He asked when he came to his senses again. If you accept, yes, you are, Tristan told him and started to laugh. Thank you, man, Jack said, almost crying. Thank you. I will make you proud of me. And you too, bro, he said, looking at Nico, who was tapping his shoulder. Just go, Jack. We will see you tonight when we will announce the pack. And he motioned for him to leave. Jack takes a few steps, enough to be sure that there is some distance between him and the boys, and turns around as he says, "Thank you for this opportunity, man. I was so scared. I thought that you were offering me a menage a trois adventure." And he starts to run quicker than a heartbeat, because in the next second, Tristan was up trying to grab him while he was growling, "I am killing you, Jack." Author's POV. Damn it, Tristan says, and he looks in disbelief at Jack, who is sitting in the garden with Rose and Zoey, and laughs his heart out. "Your brother is a scoundrel, man," he tells Nico. "I am still thinking that we should have thought more before we made him Gamma, but the girls outflanked us and pushed us to do it," Nico says, and starts to laugh when he sees Jack serving the girls with lemonades and playing the role of their servant. Just look at him. He acts like he is 10 years old. Goddess. And Tristan shook his head and walked back to his desk. "I am keeping an eye on him, man," Nico says as he follows him back to his desk and takes a seat in front of it. But the pack took it lightly, and it was a relief for them to see that we finally have a Gamma. Jack, being my brother, gave them more confidence that we know what we do here. I hope that he will not make me kill him. Tristan laughs as he jokes with Nico, because actually he likes Jack and he is a breath of air in the pack with his cheerful attitude. "So what's next?" Nico asked after some time. "We just take it day by day, and until Zoey gives birth, I am not going to make any plan." Tristan opens his laptop and turns it so that Nico could look at his screen. "My house is finished," he says and smiles at Nico. "Tonight I am going to bring Zoey to see it. I can't believe that we will have a place to call it home. Our home, man." And Tristan leans back and closes his eyes, thinking how he will surprise Zoey. "Does she know that you built it in the place of Nana's former house?" Nico lifts an eyebrow, thinking that maybe Zoey will kick his ass because of his decision. "No, but it doesn't matter," and Tristan claps his palms. "I will woo her tonight." "Woo my ass," Nico mocks him. "She will." But before Nico finished that sentence, from outside a loud scream could be heard. "Rogues!" For a moment they thought that it was just an impression. They are in the middle of the pack. How the hell would some rogues reach this point without being stopped? But when their ears filled with other screams coming from outside, they realized that this was not just a bad dream. They were really under attack. Tristan jumped through the window of his office and started to run in the direction where he saw Zoey last time, but she wasn't there anymore. "Find her," he commanded Nico, and tried to catch a trace of her scent. "Zoey, babe." He mind-linked her, but no one answered. "Rose." He tried his luck with his sister, and when she answered, his heart calmed for a second. "Where the hell are you, Rose?" Tristan asks, and in the next second he sees movement behind him. "Shit," he curses. "Nico, call the warriors. This is not a simple attack. This was planned a long time ago. This must be Mason's hand. I would kill him if he did this." Nico growls and hits a rogue that comes in his direction and watches Tristan killing 2 other rogues at the same time. "Jack," Tristan mind-links him. "Where the hell are you and the girls?" "In the woods, Alpha," Jack said and groaned in pain. Out of nowhere, 5 rogues attacked us from behind and knocked out Rose. Zoey and I went to save her, but at this moment I lost Zoey too, because the rogues surrounded me and I couldn't reach her anymore. And that's the last thing Tristan heard. Transforming directly, he lets Vigo take control and runs to the woods without thinking about anything else. Behind him, the warriors took the lead and defended the pack members, but Tristan, Nico, and his top warriors started to search for the girls and Jack. "Where the hell are you, man?" Nico asks Jack, starting to fear that something tragic will happen to him and Rose. "Close to that lake where Tristan brings Zoey every week." And knowing exactly where the place was, Vigo took the lead and drove them there. It took them 10 minutes to reach that place, and the moment they did it, their hearts stopped. Jack was fighting in human form with 5 rogues. He was wounded, but he was defending Rose, who was laying on the ground with a huge wound on her abdomen. Nico screams in pain, and Tristan's heart was broken, But what hurt more was the fact that Zoey was nowhere to be seen. "Jack, where is Zoey?" he asked as Vigo grabbed a rogue and bit him by his abdomen area. "They hit her hard, man, and injected her with something. I tried to mind link her, but I couldn't. I lost the connection to my Luna. The rogues took her," and the line goes dead. "The rogues took her." It's the last thing Tristan heard. He looks in Rose's direction and sees Nico lifting her from the ground. "She is alive, but I need to take her to the hospital," Nico says more in a whisper because he lost his ability to talk right now. All he knows is that the love of his life is badly hurt. "Save her, Nico," Tristan simply says, and jumping over the group of rogues who attack Jack, he puts them down. Jack succeeds in escaping from their grip, and with the help of Tristan, he kills them directly. He is hurt, but Jack did an outstanding job, resisting in the middle of this hell by himself. "I am sorry, man," he tells Tristan, and looks around trying to identify the direction where the rogues took Zoey. "Where the hell is she, Jack?" Tristan asks him enraged. "She can't just disappear." "There were more rogues, man," Jack explains. "One of them clawed me on the back and put me down before I realized what was going on. And in those few minutes, they took Rose, because at this time Zoey was already fighting with them." Jack squints his eyes and remembers something as he motions to the northern area. Author's POV. "I remember. They went that way after they took Zoey, and both of them started to run in that direction, while the warriors who came with them followed them. Alpha," one of them said, "we are close to the border. From here is only wilderness. I need to find my Luna. If you are afraid to follow me, just get the hell out of here. But I am not going back without her and my pup," and he continued to run. Gamma, another warrior, said, "If they took her, she might be dead," and that was said with a low voice. "That's the truth. Rogues never let you alive. Zoey can't be dead." This was the only thought that drove Tristan all this time, and feeling his desperation, Jack growled, "Enough! We will not stop until we bring Luna back." It took them another 10 minutes of running at high speed when the hell itself appeared among them. 500 meters across the border, there was a pool of blood, and it wasn't difficult for Tristan to realize that it was Zoey's blood. She was nowhere to be seen. Close enough, a fire was set, and the air was smelling like burned flesh. Everyone was horrified by the carnage in front of them. From the fire, you could see bones and a hand, a slim hand similar to Zoey's, burning and cracking under the intensity of the flames. Correlated with the amount of blood and Zoey's scent that was everywhere in the air, was more than clear that she was dead. "She can't be," Vigo said, collapsing to the ground in front of this horrible image. "I didn't feel our bond was destroyed. I didn't feel her dying." Jack transforms in human form and motions to the warriors to follow his example, and he kneels close to Vigo, who was mourning, with his eyes fixed on the fire, trying to understand how the hell you can jump from ecstasy to hell in 1 second. He was making plans with Nico about tonight, how to make Zoey happy, how to woo her, and now Zoey is dead. He starts to scream in pain, and Vigo is retiring, unable to cope with suffering. He just lays there crying in pain. He stood there for minutes. Everything was gone. He has only 5 months with her, but it was enough for him to realize that without her, there was no reason to continue to live for. When he got up from the ground, the fire was already out. There was only ash. He approached the fire, and even the tips of his finger were burnt. He took the ash in his hand. That was all that was left from Zoey, from baby Z. He lost everything on this fatidic day. Everything. "Man," Jack whispered, "there is nothing left. We need to return to the pack. We are not safe here. The rogues might come back, and we can't fight in this state." Everyone present here was crying. Jack, the warriors, even the pack at home was mourning. "Just leave," Tristan whispered. "I will stay here with Zoey." Jack looked at him in panic. "She is gone, man. You need to return. Rose is not good. She can't lose you too. At least for her, you need to return." But Tristan pushed him away and growled enraged, "I said that I need to be alone." And his fingers clenched in a fist, holding the ash at the same time. "Go." No one took a step back. They knew what he had in his mind. If they leave, they will lose an alpha too. "Leave me alone. I have nothing to live for in this sick world," he screamed in their faces. "Zoey would hate you for saying that." Jack said and stood in front of him. Don't you get it, Jack? Tristan whispered, kneeling again near Zoey's ash. I lost everything. Everyone was mute. There were no words to make Tristan think that he would find a reason to survive, but Jack tried his luck. When the goddess closes a door, she always leaves a window open, man. Trust her. And he offered Tristan his hand to grab it, but Tristan was lost. He closed his eye and inhaled the air, trying to feel for the last time Zoey's scent in the air. The silence was killing him, and when in the end he was ready to elongate his claws and kill himself because he couldn't bear with it anymore, somewhere not too far a soft cry echoed. It was like the cry of a tiny kitten, and at the beginning he didn't think that the sound was real, but focusing he realized it was. It can't be. Viggo whispered, and with trembling steps, Tristan went to the direction from where the sound came, while everyone was watching him. Me moved away from the bushes. He leaned slightly, lifting something small from the ground, and then squeezed it to his chest. What is he doing? A warrior asked, but when Tristan turned around, their hearts stopped because Tristan was holding a pup in his arms. A little pup looking a lot like Zoey, tiny and fragile, with white skin and brown dark hair, just like Zoey's hair. He was for sure premature, but at 5 months, a werewolf pup can survive without too much difficulty. Tristan held the pup at his chest and cried. He cried so hard that his voice went hoarse, but for that pup, he started to move. He was holding baby Z in his arms. In the end, he didn't lose everything. He only lost Zoey, 3 years later. There is no need to explain to you what followed after Tristan lost Zoey. Nothing has been the same. The pain he felt, and not only him, but the entire gang felt that they lost a part from their lives. But Jack was right. When the goddess closes a door, she always leaves a window open, and that window left wide open was baby Z. I don't want to go to kindergarten, Daddy, she said, wrapping her little arms under her chest and pouting her lips at Tristan just the way Zoey was doing it. She is Zoey's daughter 100%. You can't be misled about that. Her appearance, her sassiness, all about her screams out loud, I am Zara Mayer, Zoey's Mayer daughter. Baby, Tristan said, and lifted her in his arms, and baby Z placed her arms around his neck. All the kids in our pack are going to kindergarten. It is time for you to go too. There is no need for that, Daddy, baby Z said. You are the alpha and you can keep me with you. I don't want to leave you. But you will not leave me, Zar Bear, Tristan says, and baby Zed looks at him in horror. Pardon me, Daddy, and she points her little index finger in his direction, but she pokes him in the eye by mistake. I am Zar Wolfie. Damn it, man, Viggo says. I think that we failed to educate her. All she wants is to stay with us in the gang. She needs to attend school. We already postponed the kindergarten for a year. We love her too much, Tristan says as he rubs his eye. She is not a spoiled brat. She is too attached to us. We are everything she has. And kissing her little nose, Tristan goes with her on the sofa from his office and places baby Zed in his lap, cuddling her to his chest. Just tell me why you are afraid to go, Z, he asks her in a soft voice. I know that you are afraid of something. And he lifts her chin and stares in her eyes. His heart goes smooth and he can barely breathe as he watches her. She reminds him about Zoey so much. My baby Z can be afraid of anything, Jack says as he enters Tristan's office without knocking. She is the bravest girl I have ever met, he prays baby Z. You think so? Baby Z asks him, clapping her palms in happiness. But Tristan watches Jack and tells him, Stop bribing my daughter and stop trying to make you her favorite person. Daddy, baby Z says, pouting her lips again. I love Z-Sack. Oh my goddess, poor Tristan exclaims. Baby Z, you are too young to love him. He is your Uncle Jack and that's all. But he loves me too, Daddy, Z-Sack told me. And Tristan looks at Jack with a killing gaze. It's been a month since baby Z started to blabber about marrying Jack because he is the sweetest. Who loves who? Rose and Nico ask as they enter the office too, and sees that Tristan is pissed off. This scoundrel tries to steal my daughter, he tells them, and kisses baby Z again. Is that why you didn't find your mate? Nico mocks Jack. You are waiting for baby Z to grow up? And Jack looks at Nico in horror. Is true Uncle Z-Sack? Baby Z asks innocently, but Rose comes close to Tristan and takes Zara from him. Jack loves you to the moon and back, sweetie, but when you will be at the age to have a mate, he will be so old, and his face will be ugly. And he will fart? Baby Z asks, horrified. I bet he will, Tristan says proudly, just like our gardener, who is old and farts when he walks. Baby Z looks at Jack, and with puppy eyes, she tells him, You can continue to live here, Zach, and she gives him a huge smile. I promise that I will visit you daily when you will be old and fart. Jesus, Jack says, you are running my perfect love story, and he points to Nico and Rose. Finally, I found someone to tell me that she loves me, and look what you did. Do you know where you can find a boy who will look handsome when you grow up? Rose asks Baby Z. I don't know. Zsack will fart, and I don't want him anymore. Uncle Nico is yours, and Daddy is Daddy. And she pouts her lips again. To the kindergarten, baby, Rose said, trying to make her accept to attend courses. But I don't want to go there, and Baby Z's eyes filled with tears. Tristan kneels in front of her, while she is still in Rose's arms and holds her sweet face between his palms. Just tell me why, baby. You are a social butterfly, and yet know you don't want to stay with other kids. He knows that something must be rotten here. He knows Baby Z better than anyone else. From the moment he found her in that woods, he dedicated his whole life to his daughter. She is the only link with Zoey. He raised her with the thought that if someday Zoey will return in his life by miracle, she will tell him. You did well, Tristan. I am proud of you. Yeah, you've heard it right. After the shock was gone, he was holding Baby Z in his arms and realized that this was too obvious. There was only blood and a hand with Zoey's Luna ring on in the middle of the flames. Was that enough to make him think that Zoey was dead? It could be, but again, there was the mate bond. He didn't feel the bond breaking, so in his heart there is 1% of hope that maybe somewhere in this world Zoey is still alive. It's been 3 years, but it doesn't matter. He is still hoping. He is still waiting. So with this thought in his mind, he offered Baby Z all his love. Did something happen that scares you? He asked her, and heard that Nico kneels in front of her. Tell me who made you sad, and I will kick his ass, Nico said. And I will make him or her train for hours, Jack says too, and he comes closer. Baby Z wiped away her tears, and looking at Tristan, she whispered, Kids will come with their mommies, and I don't have a mommy to take me from the kindergarten. They will laugh at me. Tristan's heart went in pain, and his eyes became moist. If you don't want to go to kindergarten for the moment, it's fine, baby, he said and kissed her hands, while he was trying to hide his own tears. And you know what? He asks Baby Z. Your mommy is always with you. And he takes the necklace that Baby Z wears, and he opens the pendant and shows her a photo with him and Zoey from the day of her Luna ceremony. Don't let anyone tell you that you don't have a mommy. You have, baby. You have. And hearing him, Baby Z just nods her head. Do you know something? Rose asks, trying to make them change the subject. It's been a while since we visited the human world, and they have the best malls and shops, and I am in the mood to take a ride to their town. I've never been in a human's world, Baby Z says, and her mood changes immediately. Rose mocks Tristan because right now he would kill her for making that suggestion. Human world is dangerous. Will you take Baby Z to Disneyland? And Baby Z was like a Christmas tree right now, glowing in happiness. Please, Daddy, please, she begged him. But you will start to go to kindergarten, he told Baby Z. I promise, she said, and hid her crossed fingers behind, making everyone laugh because she is doing it every time. Tristan leans and takes her from Rose and kisses her cheek. In this case, we are going to Disneyland, and a lot of things started to run through his mind. Can we take Nana with us too, Daddy? Baby Z asks, and he just nods. Yeah, everyone goes to Disneyland. Baby Z, Nico shouts and looks at her in disbelief. What did you eat this morning? And he stops because he can't run after her anymore. The moment they landed in Orlando, she started to act like that annoying donkey in Shrek and ask every 5 seconds, Are we there yet? Nicholas Costner, Rose scolds him. Don't speak like this. She is just happy. Happy? And this time, Jack was the one who spoke. She drained our energy. I will sleep for a whole week when we return home. But Rose just gave him an ugly look and winked at Baby Z. In this case, you two old ladies take care of Nana. Tristan and I will take this sweet girl to see her favorite princesses. and Rose was ready to mock the boys, but baby Z jumped in happiness. "I want to see Belle," she begged. And seeing her like this, Tristan lifted her and placed her on his shoulders and started to walk to those thematic parks to give baby Z the best experience of her life. "I never saw her so happy," Rose said, mind-linking Tristan. "Yeah." And as he said that, he held baby Z's little legs tight so she won't fall from his shoulders. "Sometimes I feel that I failed. I see how she looks when other kids are holding their mom's hands. I just wish I could offer her that, but I can't." "Still no clue about what really happened with Zoey?" Rose asks him, and the memory of that fatidic day appears in her mind, making her mood ruin. "I've searched for her everywhere. I am sure Nico told you." And as he sees the place where baby Z will meet Belle and her beast, Tristan says, "Once she disappeared, the rogue's attack ended too. Mason is nowhere to be seen. With every day that passes, I am more and more sure that he took her and hid her from me. She can't be dead. But at this moment she is not alive either, Tristan." And she looks into his eyes. "Rather than false expectations, it is better to believe that she is gone. You suffer, but you know that the chances to find her are minimum." Tristan stopped for a second and looked at her. "I am not stupid, Rose. You know me better, but I need this to find a way to wake up daily. You have no idea who it is to miss her so much that I can't even breathe normally. Not even Zara's presence is enough to make me continue to fight. Both Vigo and I chose chasing an illusion, but this illusion is what gives me strength." Rose's heart is broken. "I didn't want to offend you," she whispers, "but I want to see you happy. That's all. I will be happy when I find the truth about Zoey." And he places baby Z on her own feet and sees her running to see Belle. "I am going to buy some juice and some snacks," Rose says and points to a little food shop. "Watch, my girl," she commands Tristan and leaves. But while Tristan was watching his pup like a hawk, ready to protect her if anything happens, baby Z was laughing her heart out. "You're the sweetest little girl," Belle tells her and gives her a popsicle. "Because I am looking like my mommy," baby Z confesses. "She is the prettiest," and she opens her pendant and points to the photo inside. "See?" baby Z asks, and the woman who was playing Belle looks at baby Z and then at the photo a little bit taken aback. "Your mommy is really beautiful, baby," she tells her. "And I think that I saw her earlier." Baby Z's face fell on the ground and her mouth was wide open. "Hey, baby," the woman asked in panic. "Are you sick or what?" Tristan was looking at them, but he gave baby Z a little space so she could play in peace. But the moment he saw the woman panicked, he ran to his pup and took air in his arms, holding her at his chest as if he was protecting her. "Zara, baby, what happened?" he asked the pup, but baby Z was still in shock. "What did you do to her?" Rose asks as she sensed that something is wrong, so she threw the food and ran to Tristan. "I did nothing, I swear," the woman said in panic. "Then why the hell does she act like she just had a shock?" Tristan growls at her and the poor woman almost peed in her pants because she is human and she never heard such a noise at a human being. Humans are not growling. "My brother is right." Rose steps in and grabs the woman. "What did you say? She's just a 3-year-old child. She is sensitive." The woman bursted in tears and took a step back. "I just told her that I saw her mommy around and she was blocked in her tracks. And that's it." Rose explodes and the anger starts to take her in possession. "Because my sister-in-law is dead." "Oh my goddess," Rose exclaimed and started to caress baby Z's back. "I am so sorry," the woman cried out. "I am so sorry, I had no idea." And she had no idea how to apologize, but Tristan grabbed her by her arms and asked her directly, "What do you mean that you say her mother around?" That was the only thing he heard. "And how the hell do you know how my daughter's mother looks alike?" She, the woman pointed to baby Z. "She showed me her pendant. I know the lady in the photo." Rose stopped. Tristan just died there. "Can you die from happiness, Daddy?" Baby Z finally whispered, "This lady found my mommy." "Are you sure it is the same woman?" he asked, and the panic started to take him in its embrace. He lived through so many moments of disappointment. During these 3 years, for so many times, he ran after ghosts. "I am sure, sir." And the woman calmed down a little. "The lady comes here every single day. She usually sits there, and she points to a bench from where you can see the entire park. She is the woman in the photo. She watches the kids and has a sad gaze sometimes, looking lost, but she is nice. Do you know where she is now? Rose asks, and she is ready to run and search for Zoey. She just left 10 minutes before your daughter came. She went in that direction, and the woman pointed to the exit gates. If she is my wife, I shall reward your help. Tristan said, and holding baby Zed at his chest, started to run while Rose was following him. Daddy, where are you taking me? Baby Z cried out because she was still eager to talk with Belle. Tristan looked around and he sniffed the air. It's a little bit windy outside, but after a few seconds he felt that perfect combination of magnolia and cinnamon, and his heart started to beat faster and faster. She is here, man. We found her. Why are you here? Nico asks and comes closer because Rose mind-linked him to come to her ASAP, and staring at Tristan, he had no idea what happened. Tristan placed baby Zed in Jack's arms, and closing his eyes, he followed the trace. What the hell, man? Nico asked him. Are you sick? What is wrong with you? But it was Rose who explained to him the situation. He found Zoey. Tristan looked all over. He might have seen her, but there was nothing. He didn't find Zoey. I can feel her presence, man, Vigo said. Call me crazy, but I can feel it. Tristan, Rose calls him, and he turns around a little bit startled. She is not here. Maybe that lady was wrong. And she takes baby Z from his arms, trying to make him feel a little bit more comfortable. Just think about it, man. Nico jumped to support Rose's idea. Why the hell would she live in Orlando? We are werewolves. We hate this heat. A werewolf would never choose this town as his residence town. So, you were misled, man. Tristan said nothing. Deep in his heart, he knows that they might have right, but there is a damned big but. He felt her scent. How are they going to explain that? Maybe we should return to our pack, Jack says, and he is serious because every time Tristan starts to think of Zoey, things don't end well as he starts to be depressed. We didn't fly 6 hours to leave this place at the end of the day. Tristan tells them, and taking baby Z back in his arms, he kisses her little nose and says, What do you say if we go to the apartment we rent, and after we have dinner I am taking you to a short walk? To search for Mommy? Baby Z asks with puppy eyes, and while the gang was expecting Tristan to refuse her, he kisses the tip of her little nose and tells her, That looks like a good plan, baby. Tristan, Rose mind-links him, stop feeding her with false expectations. This will confuse her. Do you think that I don't know that? He says and gives her a hard gaze. But until we find her bones, a real proof of her death, I will continue to hope. And he leaves them behind as he started to walk outside the gate of Disney Park. Rose and Nico rented a 1-bedroom apartment. Jack took Nana with him, and in the same building he rented another apartment, and Tristan rented the most expensive apartment in the area, right near Lake Eola Park. From his apartment he could see the entire park. Just looking outside the window, he was able to understand why human people are so eager to live in such a place. This was so beautiful and luxurious, but most of all, intimate. It was something you can't have in a pack house where everyone is watching you. Maybe this is why he lived alone with baby Z and Nana in the house he built for him and Zoey. It's such a bliss to be alone. I want to go to the park, Daddy, baby Z said and glued her face on huge wall windows. And I want to have a ride with one of those swan boats, Daddy. Can you take me there, Daddy? Baby Z begged him and blinked at him the way Zoey was doing it when she tried to bribe him. Tristan just smiled at her. Please, Daddy, please. And Tristan motioned to her to finish her plate of food. Eat everything in your plate, and I will go with you wherever you want, baby. Half an hour later, he was holding his pup's hand in his hand, and he was showing her the beautiful lake. Look there, baby Zed, he said, pointing to a group of swans, and baby Z was fascinated. She never saw real swans before. Daddy, are they for real? Can we take one at home? She asked him and dragged him closer. Well, we can't take, but he stopped in his tracks because Vigo was screaming something in his mind, and his nostrils were filled with the most beautiful scent he ever met in his life. I am sure that your daddy would like to offer you one of these beautiful swans, but he can't do it. A beautiful woman's voice whispered, coming from behind. Tristan didn't dare to turn around, but baby Zed did it, and staring at the woman in front of her, her little heart just skipped a beat. It was the woman of her dreams, the woman she hoped to find in this life, her mommy. Mommy? She asked her, and leaving Tristan's hand, she hugged Zoey with all her baby force. Zoey was a little bit taken aback, but she didn't push the pup away from her. To be sincere, she liked this baby girl with dark brown hair and deep brown eyes. Baby Z was wearing a blue seal dress with off-shoulder neckline and ruffled flounce layer and white sandals. Len Yun, her curly hair was arranged in two funny pigtails, and she was the sweetest baby girl you can imagine, so Zoey just caressed her little head and let her hug her. "Do you want to know why you can't take the swans home?" Zoey asked her in a soft voice, and mesmerized by her voice. Baby Z took a step back. "Yes, if you know why, I want to know." "Well, it's a long story, but if you have patience, I will stay with you here and tell you everything I know." "Can we stay, Daddy?" Baby Zed asked, and Tristan found the power to turn around and see who was behind him. It was Zoey. She was in front of his eyes, a little bit slimmer and pale, but it was her for sure. Even his mark on her neck was there. She was alive, but she gave him a soft smile, and after that she focused on Baby Z. The first swans were introduced in 1922. An Englishman brought them here from Lake Lucerne. Zoey told her, and now over 60 individual swans reside here. If they are 60, no one will miss one if I take it with me. Baby Z whispered, looking at those elegant birds. "But this is not all, baby," Zoey said. "Is not only about residing in this place, it is about the things the swans are doing. There is a risk of making them sad if you move them to another place." "I don't want to make them sad," Baby Z whispered, and this time she looked at Zoey, who kneeled in front of Baby Z so she could be at the same level with her. "Do you know why the swan needs to stay here?" And saying that, she made Baby Z to look in the direction of two swans that were making a mating dance with their necks. Swans typically choose a partner and remain loyal to them throughout their life. Male swans perform a lot of rituals such as synchronized swimming and mirroring each other's movements to impress the swan lady he likes, and if they chose each other, they will do it for life. If a partner dies, the remaining swan undergoes a mourning period, which may last for years. So if you take the swan, her partner will be very sad. Hearing Zoey's story, Baby Z looked at Tristan and asked him, "Daddy, swans are werewolves too?" And that's it. All this time, Tristan watched Zoey, wondering how the hell she resists in front of him, how she ignores the mate bond when he is little and has a heart stroke. "Werewolves?" Zoey asked and started to laugh, making Tristan's heart skip a beat. "You have a vivid imagination, baby girl," and caressed the top of her head, but offering her hand to Baby She, Zoey says, "I am Zoey." Zoey, she really is Zoey. Even her name matches. Baby Z watches her with attention and squeezes her eyes, she says, "I already know your name, Mommy. You are so funny." Mommy again? Zoey would have nothing against being this beautiful kid mommy. Even her daddy looks like a Vanity Fair model, but she is not. And hearing Baby Z calling her as her mommy again, she gets up and looks at Tristan. "I am sorry, sir. I didn't want to interfere with you and your daughter." And she turns around to leave. She takes a few steps, and then Tristan realizes what is going on. She is Zoey, but she doesn't seem to recognize him. She doesn't look like she is able to feel the bond between them. But she is his Zoey, so he mind links Rose and Nico to come ASAP in the park, while he stops Zoey from leaving. She is just confused. She lost her mother when she was giving her birth, and she always missed her presence. And giving Zoey a beautiful smiles, Tristan couldn't help himself but said, "And you really look like her mother. You almost made me think that I have her in front of my eyes." Zoey blushed in the next second. "Well, that would be impossible, sir, because I've been living here since I was born." What the hell is she talking about? But Viggo took control for a minute and tried to contact Tilly. There was no wolf around. "She lost her memories?" he asked in horror. "She doesn't remember us?" And Viggo was in agony. "You lived here all your life?" Tristan asks her again and motioned her to have a short walk with him and Baby Z, who was holding Zoey's hand and Tristan's hand, walking between them. "Yeah, I did," Zoey said more in a whisper. "And how is life in Orlando?" He tried his luck, forcing a short conversation, and hearing that Zoey's face became sad. "I have no idea how to be sincere." And she stopped. She closed her eyes and leaned her head on her back. She inhaled the hot and wet air, taking a deep breath. I just woke up from a long coma 3 months ago, and I don't remember anything. I don't even remember my own name. Someone else told me that my name is Zoey Reynolds. Zoey Reynolds? And Tristan barely controlled himself not to growl in front of Zoey, because it was more than clear that the situation was not in his favor. Yeah, that should be me, she said, giving him another sad smile. And how did you get in this state? He asked her right when Rose and Nico showed up, but they stopped under the shock of seeing Zoey with Tristan. I don't remember either, but my husband told me that I was involved in a car crash and I lost a lot of blood. He took care of me all this time, so I owe him a lot. She owes that jerk nothing. It was Mason. Man, I knew it. Viggo growls and curses, but before he would lose his control and make a show in the middle of human society, Rose and Nico came closer and asked in a whisper, "Zoey, is that you?" Zoey was perplexed. She doesn't remember Rose or Nico and blinks when she leaves baby Z's hand and takes a step back because the situation is already strange. "Do you know me?" "If I know you," Rose shouts and pulls Zoey in a warm hug. "How could you ran away from us? Do you know how much we missed you?" And she was suffocating poor Zoey, but Zoey was in shock. She pushed Rose a little, trying not to harm her, and staring at this beautiful and crazy blonde, she asked her, "Who are you?" Rose looks at Zoey a little bit taken aback and completely confused. She turns her head in Tristan's direction and asks him, "What the hell is going on, Tristan? What does she mean when she says that she doesn't know me?" And Rose's hands were shaking because of her strong emotions. Tristan said nothing, but looking at Zoey, he told her, "Zoey, meet my sister Rose." And giving her a genuine smile, he started to explain to her the situation. "I am Tristan Mayer, and you already met my daughter, Zara, whom I love to call Baby Z." Baby Z, and there was something like a click in Zoey's mind. She is sure that she heard this sweet name before. In her past life, she knew Baby Z for sure. And these two are Nicholas and Jack Costner. Nico is Rose's husband and Jack his brother. Zoey was overwhelmed. All this situation is strange, and they are giving her a sense of familiarity hard to explain, but she feels a strong attraction towards them, especially to Tristan and Baby Z. But while she was trying to focus and find that little something in her memory so she would be able to explain this feeling, her head started to hurt, as if a huge pressure was forced inside her brain. She placed her palms over her temples and, closing her eyes, she whispered in pain, "My head hurts. My head hurts so much." And in the next second she fainted. "Catch her, man!" Viggo literally shouts, but Tristan was with a step in front of him, and before Zoey could touch the ground, she was already in his arms. "What the hell, man?" Nico asks as he looks at the pale woman who is unconscious in Tristan's arms. "Is she really Zoey? Is she our Luna?" "What question is that, Uncle Nico?" Baby Z asks, pissed off. "She is Mommy. I know my mommy, and all this time she was living in Disney with the princesses." Tristan enters the apartment he rented and walks with Zoey in his arms directly into his bedroom, placing her in the middle of his bed. "Jack, bring Nana here, ASAP," he commanded his gamma. "When Zoey recovers, I want her to be here. I don't know how to manage this stupid situation." "But nothing makes sense," Rose explains. "Why is she here? How is that she is alive, and how the hell is that she is not able to remember us?" "I don't know." And Tristan was already at his limit. "All I know is that she is mine, and I need to think about something to make her stay with me. Mason kidnapped her, and he did something to her. She thinks that he is her husband." "What?" Rose almost collapsed. This is too much, and she watches Tristan getting in bed close to Zoey, while Baby Z was on the other side of Zoey, holding her hand between her little palm. "Princess," Tristan whispered, kissing her forehead. "Please open your eyes." And he hugged her, pulling her to his chest. "Why doesn't she wake up, Daddy?" Baby Z asks with tears in her eyes. "Because Mommy is sick, baby," and he placed Zoey's body over his, trying to find just a little trace from their bond and help her to recover, but it was in vain. "What should we do, man?" Tristan asks him, a little bit panicked. He can only imagine the terror Tristan feels. If he would lose Rose and search for her for 3 years and find her only to realize that she forgot about him, he would die for sure. But before he could hear Tristan's answer, the door opened, and Nana showed up in the middle of the doorframe. The poor woman cried for weeks when Zoey disappeared, and only the fact that baby Z was a mini copy of her mother gave her strength to continue to live. And now her beloved goddaughter was again in front of her. "Am I dreaming?" she whispered, and her hot tears started to run down her face, but baby Z shook her head and answered, "Nana, I found my mommy." "Oh my goddess." Nana came closer, and sitting by baby Z's side, she watched Zoey. "She came again into our lives. We are not going to lose you again, sweetie," Nana whispered. "I looked around our building and around the park. There is no trace of Mason Tristan," Jack said, coming inside the room too. "Are you sure that this is his work?" And Nana gasped, hearing his name. "Mason is behind all this madness?" And she looked at Zoey and then at Tristan. Did he touch her? And only the thought made Tristan growl. No. I would have felt it. But he didn't touch her, at least not in a way to make me feel the betrayal. I believe that he did something to her to lose Tilly, to lose her memories so he would secure her with him. "She needs a doctor ASAP, Tristan," Nana told him. "The only thing that comes to my mind is that he used magic or wolfsbane to the point she lost her contact with Tilly. Without Tilly, he can use hypnosis on her mind. He can replace all her memories." Tristan's heart tightened hearing this theory, but thinking about it makes sense. It's the theory of horror, but this explains everything. "Should I call our doctor?" Nico asks him because he can feel his emotions. "He will be here until midnight if he takes the jet." There was nothing to think about, so Tristan simply said, "Tell him to come here. Bring her our best warriors too, and book the entire building. I need to make sure that Zoey stays with me." "But," Jack whispered because he hoped that they would return to their pack the next day. They would kidnap Zoey from Mason, and that was all. "But nothing," Tristan said using his alpha voice. "If I am taking her from here, she will hate me. She is already hurt. She is insecure, Jack. She doesn't even remember her name, but only what that jerk told her, and I have no idea what he forced her to believe. Taking her by force back to Crescent Moon Pack might hurt her even more. So no, we are not leaving." "He is right," Nana said. "He is doing the best for Zoey. We can't risk anything." They looked at Zoey with sad eyes, but Tristan doesn't need their pitiful gazes. He needs solutions. He needs her healthy and with her mind intact. But most of all, he needs her in his arms. He wants her only for himself. So without looking at the rest of the gang, he commanded everyone, "Please get out." "But we've just found her," Rose protested. "Get out, Rose," Tristan commanded her. "I need time alone with her. I need to make sure that this is real." But, well, Rose needs the same thing, but she is not Zoey's mate, so she can't understand Tristan's heart right now. "Just give them time," Nico whispered and took Rose with them. "I will secure the area, man," Jack said. "If that jerk comes around, I'm putting him down." "Just go," Tristan said. "Baby Z?" Nana whispered. "Do you want to come with Nana?" But Baby Z looked at her in horror. "No, what if someone will take mommy away from me?" "I want to stay with her," the pup said. "I am in the next room," the old woman said, and after she looked one more time at Zoey, she left the room. There in the middle of Tristan's bed, Zoey was leaning over his muscular body while Baby Z was holding Zoey's hands in her hands. They were together as a family for the first time. They were just the way they should have been from the beginning. No amount of time and space can separate you from the people you are meant to be with in your life. Tristan didn't close his eyes all night. It was the terrible fear that if he fell asleep when he woke up, Zoey would be gone. So he stared at the tiny woman who was still unconscious, sleeping soundly with her head on his chest. He wrapped his strong arms around her body, securing her, but at the same time on his right side, Baby Zed was sleeping too, hugging Zoey. Only late in the morning, Zoey started to become alert that she was in a strange place. But do you know what was even more strange? The fact that she slept. Since she recovered from the coma, she couldn't sleep. Mason was giving her medicine, but there was something that was keeping her awake. Her brain was in pain every time she closed her eyes. Sometimes, when she fell asleep for a few minutes, horrible nightmares with wolves tearing her in pieces appeared in her mind. Images with her on the ground, with a baby crying close to her. Every single time she tried to sleep, she lived that terrible dream again and again. But only if she knew that everything was not a dream, but it was her past. She blinked a few times without opening her eyes. If she is doing it, this beautiful sensation ends in the next second, so she makes herself comfortable and stretches her legs and her arms. And that's the moment she realizes that she is in someone's arms. And that someone is not Mason because he is gone for business. So completely scared, she lifts her head just to meet Tristan's eyes. Holy shit! She curses and tries to leave his embrace, but Tristan's grip becomes more tight and she has no chance to leave his arms. Mr. Mayor. She is completely startled by this situation. Where am I? But Tristan leans back on the bed's headboard and points to baby Z, who was snoring lightly, still with her little arms around her mommy. Can you stay like this for a few moments? He asks her. Zara will wake up in a few moments. She will be very disappointed if she can't find you here when she will open her eyes, and arranges Zoey's hair. Zoey's hair is longer, and she has a funny bang that gives her a sassy attitude without even opening her mouth. In the end, Zara guarded you all night long. All night? Asked rhetorically and looked at Tristan, then at baby Z, and in the end in the direction of the window, only to see the sun rise in the morning. Mr. Mayor, Zoey started, but that was all she said because Tristan pulled her so close to him that he almost kissed her. I am Tristan, Zoey. I am not Mr. Mayor, he said in a commanding voice that made Zoey shiver. What the hell is wrong with me? She asked herself. I need to run from here, or I'm going to end up cheating Mason. He doesn't deserve this. So she looked directly into Tristan's eyes and said, Tristan, can you explain to me why I'm here? You collapsed in the middle of the park. What was I supposed to do? He said, laughing. To abandon you there? Zoey was even more perplexed and trying to remember what happened. She realized that he was right. Her head was hurting badly and she fainted again, just as she did it in the past. My daughter cares a lot about you and I am responsible for what she loves. And Tristan winked at Zoey, making her blush. Do I need to remind you that I am married? She asked in a soft voice, but the scoundrel laughed. Of course you are married. I know that. You married 3 years ago. And that was the last straw. And how the hell do you know that? Zoey asked, and this time she lifted from his arms, but taking care not to wake up baby Z. How do I know that? Tristan placed baby Z in the middle of the bed and grabbed Zoey again, lifted her in his arms and placed her back in his bed. Because 3 years ago you married me. Zoey stared at him for a few seconds and squeezing her eyes at him, she said, pointing her finger in his direction. I believe that I will lend you a few pills from my medicine. You hit your head too. And she shook her head in disbelief. I didn't, Tristan said, and I will show you that I am not lying. He points to baby Z necklace and opening the pendant shows Zoey the photo inside. Do you know how is it to see a ghost? I don't know. Maybe you don't know either, but Zoey blocked in her tracks. With shivering hands, she took the necklace and looked closed. It was a photo of her and Tristan in the most beautiful moment of their lives, her Luna ceremony. It was Zoey in wedding attire, looking like a beautiful princess, and she was looking at Tristan, smiling at him happily. She lifted her eyes from the photo and a strong pain hit her heart and her head, making her eyes become watery. She whispered and collapsed again. The moment she did it, Tristan lifted her in his arms and carried her in the living room where the gang was already waiting for news. What did you do to her? Rose asked, pissed off. Johan, Tristan commanded. She is sick. It's the second time she faints, and she has no idea who I am. Make her healthy again. The doctor came close and looked at her. You said that she remembers being in a deep coma. That's what Mason told her, Tristan explains. And she said something about some pills. Werewolves don't use pills, so I have no idea what is going on. He was ready to force the doctor to help Zoey ASAP. But before he could growl at the poor guy, Nana, who listened to everything, took the lead and said, Did she have a bag with her? I remember her in the park having a little purse. And she started to look around to search for it, but the moment she did it, a phone started to ring. And it wasn't a ring song, they knew, so it must be Zoey's. Tristan walked in the direction from where the music came, and opening her purse, he saw the name of the man he hates the most in this world on Zoe's phone screen. Mason. Shit! It's him? Does he know that we found her? Jack asks, and his fingers come in a fist in the next second, but Tristan motions them to keep their mouth closed, and he answers the call. Zoey, where are you? He could hear a visibly anxious Mason on the other side of the line, but Tristan said nothing. Baby, are you all right? I just came home last night and you are not here. And it must be that baby, because Tristan growled directly. Did you really think that you could take her away from me? And if he could right now, he would have killed Mason without a second thought. Where is she? Mason growled back, and Tristan could hear the sounds round Mason. He was breaking the furniture around him. From time to time, he leaves a few days, leaving Zoey alone because he thought that none would find her in Orlando. He needs to shift and let his wolf have a run. He also needs to keep his rogues under control. He lived in wealth because of them. All of them live in human society now, using their power for crimes, but when the closest pack is at 600 kilometers away, no one realized what was going on. So he came home and looked for Zoey, and she was nowhere to be seen. And now she's with Tristan? He drugged her for years and kept her in a coma until he was sure there was no trace of Tilly. He is still drugging her, and now he realizes that everything was in vain. Over his dead body, Zoey is his. He have been wanted her for himself since he was a young boy. Give her back, Mason growls. Keep dreaming, jerk. Treason said, she is my mate. I have no idea what you did to her, but I will find out. I will make her remember everything. Tell me where you took her. Mason growled again, forcing himself to calm down. He knows who he is dealing with. If he is not smart enough, Tristan will kill him. You don't need to know where she is. It's enough for you to know that she is with me. And Tristan ended the call, leaving Mason in the air. Give me her purse, Nana whispered and started to look for something, making everyone curious, but then she took out a little plastic bag with white pills. Johan, she called the doctor. There is only one reason for her amnesia. She is drugged or something even more dangerous. Can you find out what these pills are? The doctor looked at Nana and nodded. He takes some blood from Zoey, and with a lot of self-control so he won't poop in his pants, he tells Tristan. I have a vague idea what these pills are, but I need to run some tests. But Alpha, and now his face becomes serious. Luna was drugged for years. If you force her to face strong emotions, she could lose her memories for good. What the hell are you talking about? Nico asks, pissed off. He is her mate. The mate bond will heal her. If she feels the bond, you are right. It will, but she can't. The doctor said, and the next second the phone started to ring again, and it was Mason. What are you telling me? Tristan asked the doctor. Don't kill me, Alpha, he said and took a step back. But you need to keep that jerk around. He is the only familiar face for Luna, and if the situation is more complicated, we might need to keep an eye on him. Tristan looked at Zoey and kneeled close to her. He leans a little and pecks her lips in a soft and tender kiss. He feels like a pervert for doing it while she is in this state, but he needs to taste her. Johan is right, Tristan, Nana whispered. Think about it. I'm going to take baby Z because she woke up, but we all need to know that our girl is safe. For that, we need to make a deal with the devil. And she pointed to Zoey's phone, which was still ringing. Tristan pressed the green button, and on the other side, they could hear Mason growling and cursing him. If you think that you can keep her away from me, you motherfuck. And Tristan stopped him. Central Belleville, the tower building. You have half an hour to come here, or otherwise I will be hunting you, motherfucker. And believe me, you will dream to be dead when I finish with you. Tristan was already growling, and the moment he said that, Zoey opened her eyes scared. Did I make myself clear? Tristan asked Mason, but what was unclear here? So Mason just cursed him and ended the call, but not before he added, I am coming. Let's see who she is going to choose. Zoey's POV. The moment I opened my eyes, I saw Tristan holding my phone in his hand and growling like an animal at someone. You have half an hour to come here, or otherwise I will be hunting you, motherfucker, and believe me, you will dream to be dead when I finish with you. And then our eyes met, and all that anger, All those horrible emotions he was facing stopped and he smiled at me. He must be sick in his head or bipolar or something like that, because you can't curse someone and in the next second, give me that perfect, genuine smile. I see him ending the call and coming in my direction, and I am able to do it by backing into a corner of his sofa and holding my knees at my chest. I look around, trying to find a way to escape from here. I am afraid, even if deep inside my heart I feel secure with this man I just met yesterday. All his friends are around me watching me. Jesus, I need to find a way to run, but while I am searching for an escape, from behind a door opens, and that sweet little girl appears, followed by an old woman. "Mommy, you are awake," and before I could react, she jumps in my arms and kisses my cheek. Mommy, what a beautiful word. But I am not her mommy. How to tell this little angel something like this? I hold her at my chest and kiss her forehead, gathering all my strength to ruin her happiness and tell her the ugly truth. Baby, but I can't. My words stopped in my throat and I can't do it. Did you sleep well, baby Z? I ask her, remembering that this is how her father called her. I did it, Mommy, and I dreamed about you. We were at home and you were holding me in your arms. And now this is not a dream anymore, but it is real. And she hugs me so tight that I can't even breathe. Tristan smiles at me and he comes closer, taking a seat close to me on the sofa. And also that old lady she was accompanying, Baby Zed, comes and takes a seat in front of me, while the rest of the gang is just watching us. Mason is coming here, he says, and he is not doing lightly, because the moment he uttered his name, he frowned. He is, and I find myself a little bit disappointed, and I have no idea why. Yes, he is. But watch my word, Zoey. He will not take you away from me. And snapping his fingers, he motions to a young man to come closer. He places a laptop in front of me and then says, "Can you leave us alone for a few minutes? Only Nana and our daughter can stay, but the rest of you, just wait outside." The men nod their heads, but Rose just points her finger in Tristan's direction. "I hope that you know what you are doing, Tristan. This is not a time to play around. She needs to come back with us." "What is happening?" I ask a little bit panicked because everyone is very serious around me, but the old woman gives me a beautiful smile. "I see that you don't remember me, Zoey," she said, "but I have known you since you were born. How is it that this woman knows me? I don't know anything about me, but does she know me better than I do? I am your godmother," and my face just fell on the floor. "Is this a prank?" I ask and place baby Z in her father's arms. This must be the explanation. They are pranking me, and I am ready to get up and leave, but the woman stops me. "Your left leg," she says. "Right above your knee you have a 2-inch scar. When you were 2, slipped on ice and broke your little leg." I placed my hand over the place she mentioned. I am still dressed, but how could she know about my scar? "Your hip and your shoulder," she says again. "You have soft scars, not very visible. Unfortunately, almost 4 years ago, you were attacked twice and you suffered a lot." Attacked? And this time I'm perplexed. Who would attack me? I am no one. "I think that you are wrong here," I say, and this time I really get up ready to leave these people. "This is insane." "And the cut on your abdomen," the old woman says. "Even though I never saw it, I know you have one since you gave birth to baby Z. The same attackers cut you and took baby Z out of your womb and then kidnapped you from us. And that's it. I had a car accident," I said, and I found myself growling. "No one attacked me, and now I am pissed off. What's the meaning of this? Are you trying to make me broke again? And who the hell would kidnap someone as insignificant as I am?" Tristan placed baby Z on the couch, and before I could take a step back, he was holding me between his arms and said the biggest nonsense I ever heard. "Mason. Mason is my husband," I explained, but his grip tightened as I said that. "I am your husband, and I am going to prove that to you. I don't know what that jerk did to you, but you are mine, Zoey, not Mason's." "Don't you get it that I don't even know you?" I ask him, and I am already at my limit. This is way too much. I feel like fainting again. "Just give me a chance to prove to you that you knew me before. I have proofs," he says, and he is so damn serious that I almost believe him. His daughter looks like me. She wears a necklace with my photo inside, but maybe it's just a woman very similar to me, the one she calls her mommy. 15 minutes, Tristan says. "That's all I need from you. 15 minutes and we are done, I say, trying to look ferocious, and he nods with a serious face that almost tells me, we will never be done, Zoey. He motions me to sit on the sofa and shows me some photos. It's me and him at our wedding, or a woman who looks like me. She is happy and she is smiling at me. There are photos with the people who were earlier in this room, even with this old lady, they are calling her Nana. I take the laptop from Tristan and start to watch them one by one. Holy shit. It's me. They are not joking, because later in a few photos I am wearing a summer dress and my shoulder is visible and I can see the same scars. It's me. I am pregnant and I am in what it looks like a garden with Rose and that young man, Jack. We were laughing and we were happy. Tristan is watching me and baby Zid too, and suddenly my eyes fill with tears. I look at these photos and there is no doubt that is me. But how did I get to this point where I am right now? How did I lose my memories? How did I lose all the happiness? Tristan takes the laptop from me and he searched for something, and when he finds it, he motioned to me to look at a photo. We were at a ball or a gala, because I was wearing a beautiful dress, and Tristan was there with me, but there were a lot of other people too. I see Rose and the man who is her husband. I see Jack somewhere in the crowd, and also somewhere behind some people, I see my husband, Mason. I am with Tristan and he is watching us while he is hiding. Back then there was an attack and you, Zoey, saved all of us, Tristan tells me. Another attack. Who the hell is this man? Is he some kind of mafioso? After the attack, I broke my relationship with Mason. He was my best friend, but I discovered that he had a crush on you. He never accepted the idea that you were mine, that we were happy and in love. So he completed, and all the attacks were orchestrated by him. After I lost you, I started to search for proof. I knew that you were not dead. Deep inside my heart, I couldn't accept that I lost you forever. I searched for you, and at the gala I found out that the event was recorded. I needed to understand how I failed to protect you. When everything happened, because believe me, I would have offered my life in return just to know that you are fine. I watch him, and he has tears in his eyes. We looked so happy, so in love, I whispered, still looking at the photo with us together. Mommy, suddenly baby Z whispered. Daddy still loves you, and now you two have me, and I love you too. Oh my God, that means that this sweet angel is my daughter? I look at her, and hot tears start to run down my face. I don't know these people, but I know that Mason is not my husband. I know that everything I lived was a big lie. I feel a huge ball of anger starting to grow inside my chest, and before I realize, my hands start to tremble. I feel cheated. I feel robbed. Sweetie, Nana whispers and comes close to me, but I motion to her to stop. And before I know it, baby Z starts to cry, scared by my reaction. Just take her out, Nana. I can hear Tristan telling Nana while he places the baby in her arms. I will take it from here. Just give Zoey a few moments. This is too much for her poor heart. My poor heart is in pieces right now. I press the enter button and I see more and more photos with us, with Mason being around us. Some of them are taken by surveillance cameras in a place I don't remember, but looks like a huge house. Is no doubt I am the one in these photos, and Tristan and Mason and all the gang I just met. I promise you, Tristan whispers as he takes the laptop from my hands. I promise you that you will remember everything. You will take your life back. You will be happy again. I do want my life back. Since I woke up from that coma, I was like a spectator. I thought that Mason loves me, and I am a total bitch for refusing his affection for the last 3 months, but I was so right to do it. This is why nothing comes around when it comes to him. This is why there was not even a little bit of passion for him in my heart. I have nothing to do with Mason. He robbed my happiness. Zoey's POV. I try to push Tristan, but he is holding me in his arms. All I want right now is to find Mason and kill him. How dare he steal my life? He is a psycho. Will you calm down? Tristan whispers in my ear, but I am not in the mood to calm down. What if I wouldn't meet Tristan and our daughter in the park? Would I ever have found out the truth? Would Mason have told me that somewhere in this world I have a child waiting for me at home? I am more than sure that he wouldn't. And I have so much hatred in my heart right now that I feel like collapsing again. It's hard to explain this. Zoey, stop it. Tristan tells me, and he places 2 fingers under my chin and lifts it so I could look into his splendid blue eyes. Mason looks a lot like Robert Pattinson, and I never understood why I chose him as my husband. Since the first moment I opened my eyes from the coma, there was nothing special about Mason. He is handsome and good-looking, but he does not make my heart skip a beat when I see him. While Tristan, even if I had no idea who he is, he made me admire him secretly. He is a perfect copy of Matt Boomer, but taller and more muscular. "Are you done staring?" he asks me and gives me a sassy gaze. Shit! I passed out and stared at him? I push him a little, and this time he is giving me a little bit of space, but I am not going to admit that I was staring at him. So composing myself, I tell him while I look around the room. "Keep dreaming, Mr. Mayor. I was focusing on different ways to kill Mason Reynolds." I don't know what I was expecting, but Tristan starts to laugh at me. This time my heart skips not one but countless beats as I hear his voice echoing in my ears. This is like a déjà vu. "Princess," he said and motioned to me to come to him. "Killing Mason is my duty. All you need is to recover and remember me." I look at him like a stupid and I just nod. Just like that, as if his words have an enormous power on me, but as if he knows how I feel, as if he feels my emotions, he smiles at me and says, "I know that this is hard to digest, that it's a lot for you in just one day. All your life turned upside down, but I want you to trust me, Zoey." And he molds my chin and stares into my eyes. "Promise me that you will trust me and you will be by my side till the end. I will make things back the way they were. You will be happy again." "You can't promise something like that," I tell Tristan, but he places 1 finger over my lips, stopping me from talking. "I can, and I will," he tells me, and his eyes start to glow, making me startle. "You don't remember, but we are strong creatures, Princess. We are werewolves. And no, he got me. Is he kidding me? And I must have a grimace or something like this, because he points to my neck. 'The mark you have on your neck is mine.' And pointing to his neck, he shows me a similar mark, and this one is the mark you put on me. We are mates. You don't remember what that means, but you will. I will give you back all your memories, even those I am not proud about it, but you will remember everything about us, Princess." "You said that we were happy," I tell him and take a step back. "And we were, but not from the first second together." Tristan says, "I was a jerk at the beginning, but you made me love you and you changed me." "This is too much." I whispered and shook my head. How am I going to make sure that I am doing the right thing? I really want to hear the answer to this question. I want someone to make things clear for me. "Just follow your heart, Princess." Tristan says again, and he shocks me. "Don't run away from me. If you want to remember everything, just stay with me and let me help you. Stay with our daughter and allow her to feel what it means to have a mother. Stay with our friends and help them be happy again. But most of all, stay with me, Princess. Stay with me and help me recover my joy. I was a walking dead for the last 3 years. I can do that, if what he told me is true. I can stay by his side. It's a win-win if I am doing it. And I really like baby Z. And knowing that she is my daughter makes everything so easy right now. I will stay by your side," I tell him. I don't want to return to Mason. For a certain reason, I never felt right by his side. Don't get me wrong, he was always by my side, pampering me and showing me love, but it wasn't reciprocal. Now I understand why, and giving him a smile, I continue. "But I have rules, and I was expecting for him to frown or tell me that there is not the case, that I owe him something, but he just smiled at me. 'Everything you want, Princess,' he told me. 'Actually, it's only one rule.' And stepping in his direction, I find myself placing my arms around his hips, hugging him. 'Keep Mason away from me. I don't want to see him ever again. What he did to me is unforgivable.' And he hugs me back and kisses the top of my head. 'He will never come around you again.' We stayed like that for minutes, hugged, and my heart calmed down. Just me and the man whom I met yesterday, but who knows me better than I do. I was ready to ask him to take me away from here, to take me back home, wherever that would be, because I have no idea where he lives. But someone knocked on the door, and before Tristan said anything, the door opened, revealing Nico. 'That jerk is here,' he said with a serious face. Our warriors stopped him at the entry of the building and didn't allow him to enter. What do you want to do? He asks. Jerk? I asked, a little bit confused, but it was enough. Only one gaze from Tristan, and I know who he is talking about. Mason is here, and the fear has taken over me. I will meet him, but you have nothing to worry about, Zoey. Tristan says and places one hand on my cheek, caressing it lightly. Just wait for me here with baby Z, Nana, and Rose. I will deal with Mason, and after that we will go back to our home if you agree. If I agree, there is nothing that I want more. Now that I have the whole image in my head and that I found out what Mason did, how badly he hurt me while he was declaring his sick love to me. I want to leave this place forever. Just promise me, I say, holding his hand while he was ready to leave with Nico. Promise me that you will not risk anything. He is not worthy. I tell Tristan, and he just nods and leaves. I stare at the closed door, and before I knew it, I start to cry. Please, God, or whoever is the god of the werewolves, please take care of Tristan. I cried for minutes, and I don't even realize when two tiny hands wiped away my tears and kissed my face. Mommy, don't cry. Daddy will come back to us. He is the greatest man in this world. But I start to cry even harder than before. Baby Z is right. I can hear Nana, and I look in her direction just to see her coming into the living room with Rose. Tristan is a damn fine man. He will deal with Mason, and when he will finish him, nothing will stay between you and your happiness, sweetie. I want that, I say, and Rose sits close to me and pulls me in a warm hug. I want so much to be happy. I want so much to remember everything you told me about my past life. And you will, Zoey, Rose says while baby Z jumps in my lap and cuddles at my chest, and Nana comes near me too, so that right now I am on the living sofa between Rose and Nana. All you need is a little bit of faith, and Nana hugged me too. I believe that everything happens for a reason. People change so that you can learn to let go. Things go wrong so that you appreciate them when they're right. You believe lies, so you eventually learn to trust no one but yourself. And sometimes good things fall apart, so better things can fall together. Marilyn Monroe. Tristan's POV. Motherfucker! Mason growls at me as soon as I step outside of the elevator. Bring her here. Normally I would give my opponent a chance to explain himself to stop me from killing him, but here is not the case. All I want is Mason's dead body at my feet. Nico and Jack evacuated the building, fooling the people who live here that it's a gas leak, and they shut down the surveillance system so we could deal with Mason without causing us problems in human society. We are alone here, and nothing will stop me now. I should have ended my business with this jerk a long time ago when his father revealed his intentions. I was weak, and that caused me to the love of my life for 3 years. But I am not anymore. There is no mercy for this scumbag. I said to give her back. Mason starts, and that's it. Viggo takes the lead, and even if we are still in human form, he jumps in the air, using my body, and gives Mason a punch in his face, putting him down instantly. She is mine! I growl at the same time with Viggo, as if we are making a statement here for eternity. She will never come back to you. She hates you for what you did to her. And we punched him in his face ago, and after that we take a step back so we could see this jerk crawling on the floor. I see the shock on his face. Did you think I was the same Tristan as I was in the past? Did you think that taking Zoey away from me would make me weak and vulnerable? I continued to have reasons to live. You scumbag. You left me Zara, and she kept me alive. You can't be generous with someone like me when it comes to life and death. Bring her here, Mason says as he wipes away the blood from his face. I want to hear her saying that she doesn't want me. If I wouldn't be so damn furious right now, I would find him funny for saying something like that. But I am more than pissed off, and I grab him from the floor and punch him again, this time kicking his ribs too and making him scream in pain. I knew it was you, Mason. Deep in my heart, I knew that if Zoey is alive, it must be you, the one who took her away from me. If you would have stopped and lived like a rogue, I would have forgive you and let you live. But now this is the end for you. I lift him in the air and hold him there while he is fighting to free himself. But he is far from the Mason I knew. I can tell that he doesn't let his wolf to shift frequently, and he doesn't train. He doesn't stand a chance in front of me at all. because all I did when I was not with baby Z was to train day and night so that what happened to Zoey would not repeat again. Are you scared, motherfucker? I ask him, and Vigo's claws start to elongate and cut his flesh. Are you able to feel the scent of death? I mock him, but Nico says in a serious face from where he is and watches us with Jack and our warriors. Just end his life, man. Every single second he spends alive, it's a waste of time. He doesn't deserve to live in the same world with Zoey anymore. Did you hear that, Mason? I ask him and throw him so hard that he hits the wall, and I can hear his bones cracking. Let's end this. I start to walk in his direction while he is barely standing leaning his back on that wall, and he laughs in my face. You can kill me, but she still loves me. I fucked her countless times while she was in a coma. She is not yours anymore. She is mine. I made her mine. Kill him, Vigo growls, and the pain he feels, I feel it too. Focus, Vigo. This is what he wants, to distract us. Don't let your guard down. And before I could realize, Vigo's claws and fangs grab Mason's left leg and snatch it in a single bite. The floor is sprayed all over with Mason's blood, and all I can hear are his screamings. But I am not done with him. Even if he touched Zoey, it doesn't matter to me. It hurts, but it wasn't her fault. The only one to blame is this half-dead jerk. Take your time with him, Vigo. Don't kill him yet. It would be too easy. I tell him, and in the next second, Mason's right leg flies in the air. This is all you can do? He mocks me. The jerk has balls, I must confess. He is acting like a bipolar, jumping from screamings to laughing, making everyone confused. You know what? Vigo says in the end, seeing him like this. This is bullshit. I am killing him now, and I am returning to Zoey. I am sick of Mason Reynolds. And with that, my right arm is in the air, with the claws ready to cut Mason's neck. I am halfway on doing it when suddenly the elevator's doors are opening, and I hear Zoey's voice from behind. Don't. And here I peed in my pants. Is she choosing him? Did she change her heart and she wants to return to Mason? I look at her in horror, and she watches Mason with a sad gaze I am not able to decipher. She cried, and she is still crying while she approaches Mason. Babe, he whispers, and his mood changes the next second he sees her. I knew that you would never leave me. He whispers and offers her a hand to grab it, but Zoey stops in front of him, keeping a little distance from Mason. Just take my hand, Mason begs her. Let's go home. He knows that I would never force myself on Zoey if I want her back, so he is trying to change her mind. But the question is, did he succeed? Nico and Jack come to my side, as if they are trying to protect me or something like that, but my eyes are on Zoey. I don't dare to ask her why she is here. She said that she doesn't want to see him again, so what changed? She kneels in front of him, and looking straight into his eyes, she confesses. I found everything, Mason. Every single thing you did against me and my family. Tristan told me what you did, and while you were here, Nana and Rose told me more. Babe, don't trust anything. They are working against us to make you hate me. Hate you? And Zoey starts to laugh. Hate you, Mason? And she is wiping away her tears. What I feel for you right now is far from hate. Not even the entire hell is not enough to express the pain I need to inflict on you. And Mason's face changes in the next second, as if he played a role, and now he moved to another one. He will never want you, he tells her. I fucked you so many times during these 3 years. He must be sick just looking at you right now. I am. I start to growl at him. I want to explain to her that I don't care, but she lifts her arm in the air, motioning me to shut up. And if you did it, what? She asks him back with a force that reminds me about my old princess, who was taught and powerful. You used a dead body at that time. It's not like you made me want you. It's not like I remember anything, if you really did it. And getting up, she comes to my side and takes my hand in her hand. I changed my mind, Tristan. I said that I don't want to see him again, but you know what? I was wrong. I need to make sure that he is out of my life forever. Can you do that? I can do whatever you want me to do, princess. I lean in her direction and risk, but I lean and peck her lips softly. If she rejects me, that's it, but I need to make sure that this is not a dream. Are you sure about this? I ask her because I need to be completely sure that doing this will not affect her. In the end, right now she is human. She has no memories. I don't want to affect her. I have never been more sure about anything in the last 3 months. And she looks directly into my eyes. If you are who you said you are, if you are my husband, my mate, the father of my child, you will never allow this jerk to live in the same world with me and baby Z. Of course, I would never do that. I was ready to kill him when you showed up, princess, but this is perfect. Now I know that this is what I need to do. I am finishing him, I tell Zoey. There is no need for you to watch this. And pecking her lips again, I say in a soft voice, while Mason curses us with all his heart and crawls trying to reach us. You can return to my apartment. Zoey watched me and shook her head. I am not leaving you alone with him, and she is so scared that it makes me smile. I lift her in my arms in bridal style, and looking at Jack and Nico, I ask them, "Can you finish him?" I suppose that it will hurt more to know that he was so unimportant that I didn't even take my time to kill him. And I see Zoey smiling at me. I thought that you would never ask me, Jack says and gives Mason a smirk while he is elongating his claws. You are mine, scumbag, he tells him. Give me a piece of him too, Nico tells Jack, slapping his shoulder. I cuddle Zoey at my chest, trying to hide what is happening behind me, because I know that the boys will make a huge mess here. There is no need for her to have a memory of Mason's death. It's too much already that she assisted this. We hear screams and curses and punches, and I feel relieved when we finally step inside the elevator and it's silent again. We are both quiet. The only thing that ruins that is Nico when he mind-links me. It's done, man. Mason is dead. I should be happy, but I can't. It's just as Yitzhak Rabin said, we do not celebrate the death of our enemies. The inspirational word says you should not rejoice and gloat when your enemy falls, and do not let your heart be glad in self-righteousness when he stumbles, or the God will see your gloating and be displeased, and turn his anger away from your enemy to you. Proverbs 24:7-18. Mason deserved everything till the end, but I was a jerk in the past too, and yet the goddess had mercy of me. I have repented of my sins. I can't be glad he's dead. If I could, I would have preferred him to be alive and pay till the end of days for his faults. His death is the compromise for a happy life with Zoey. So that's it. Mason is dead. 2 months later. Tristan's POV. It's been 2 months, Johan, and there is no change in Zoey's condition. I growl at my PAX doctor. I know it's not his fault for this, but I want her to remember me as her mate. I want her to recognize me. I know there won't be only beautiful memories, and I already confessed to her everything about our past, the best time together and the worst as same. I am not going to hide myself and present myself as her knight in shining armor. I was her nightmare too. I am done with playing. This is me. But all I want is for her to look into my eyes and tell me, I see you, love. I know it's you. This is what I am so damned afraid, that we will be forever like this. I am fine with it. In the last 2 months, she came around more and more every single day. I gave her time and space to accommodate to this new situation. At the beginning, baby Z slept with her in her room. I used to sneak in their bed and like a thief, when I was sure that both of them were asleep, and return in my room before they were awake. I've done this until completely exhausted by this dance. I slept soundly, and next morning I found Zoey watching me with a sassy gaze. I was wondering when you will stop running like a prude, and she started to laugh. I am not a prude, man, princess, I told her with a serious face, but she started to laugh, and looking at baby Zed, who was sleeping at her chest, she leaned and kissed her forehead. I am fine with it. You don't need to act this way. We are married in the end. It's not like you are abusing me or something like this. You love me, I know that. You don't need to be afraid showing your feeling to me. And that was what I needed to hear, because in the next hour all her stuff was in my room, and we spend every single night together, hugging and cuddling. I don't dare to do more. I need more because I will die soon with blue balls. But to make her mine again, I promised myself that I will wait until she is back, until she is the old Zoey. So here I am growling at my doctor. Alpha, Johan said, looking at me a little bit taken aback. Mason gave her wolfsbane for 3 years. I am shocked that she is still alive, but Tilly is knocked. She is still there. All those headaches she feels are a sign that Tilly is fighting to return. Have trust in her. She is so damn strong. Otherwise, she won't be here. She is the strongest girl I met in this life. I just need her back, Johan, I say more in a whisper. Look, Alpha, today is your birthday. Just be happy today. Enjoy this day and be assured that I am doing everything in my power to heal Luna, he said, and I just nod. Just go back to her. She must be awake until now. She told me yesterday that she and baby Z have plans for you today. And hearing him, my heart skipped a beat. I don't need anything. All I need is her in my arms, and she is already there. So I motion Johan to leave, and I run upstairs to my apartment, shower after I had early morning run with Vigo, and return in my bed. Who needs a birthday present? I ask myself and smile when I see my mate sleeping with Zara at her chest. Her long auberge brown hair is spilled across the pillow. So is my daughter's hair. And they are so alike and so damn beautiful together that I can't hold myself and kiss baby Zet. Forehead, and then I peck Zoe's lips softly, trying to not awake her. I love you, I whisper. I lean on my pillow watching them, but Zoe smiles and without opening her eyes whispers, I love you more. And my heart stopped. Since she returned, it is the first time she tells me that. It's like our old times together. It was our little love game. She was telling me I love you, and I was telling her a simple I love you more. My heart stopped, and as if she feels my emotions, she opens her eyes and gives me the most beautiful smile. Happy birthday, Daddy, she tells me, and protecting baby Z, she lifts herself and pecks my lips back. Why are you looking at me like that? She asks, seeing that I blocked in my tracks. Not only me, Vigo too, because he is screaming in my mind, Zoe loves us. For a moment, I confess I felt like 3 years ago, and my voice is weak as I said that. I don't want to make her feel bad about this. She is enough for the moment. It's just that I miss Zoe, who was ready to kick my ass and strangle me when I was pissing her off. What I have now is perfect and is not at the same time. I just want her to remember me. What if I will never recover my memories? Zoe suddenly asks me the thing that is frightening me the most. We will make new memories. I tell her and arrange her hair. I will never stop from trying to help you remember. But if that won't happen, that's it. I love you, Zoe. My family loves you. My friends love you. My entire pack would die for you. I won't lie you. I just want you to remember everything that it is related to us. Because even if it's not all milk and honey about us, it's what brought us here. But no matter what, I love you. I tell her and peck her lips again. I want to tell her more when my little princess stretches her little arms and asks me, What about me, Daddy? Do you love me as much as you love Mummy? I start to laugh because since Zoe returned, this little scoundrel, daughter of mine, is asking for more and more love. She giggles and looks at Zoe and then at me, and as if she just remembered something, she throws herself in my arms and starts to give me little kisses all over my face. Daddy, it's your birthday! Why the hell I am sabotaging myself? This is heaven. It doesn't matter if Zoe remembers our past together. This is our present together, and we have a long life in front of us to make it up for all the lost memories. So I pull both of them at my chest and hold them tight, while Zoe is wrapping her arms around me too. All I need is here, I tell them. I am the luckiest man in the universe, and I just smile at them. I mean it. I am a lucky man. What about we spend this day together? I ask them, but baby Z shook her little head. No, Daddy, I have plans with Nana to prepare a surprise party for you, she says, smiling at me. A surprise party? I ask her, and she nods in happiness, while Zoe laughs her heart out. And this is how the surprise ended, she told me. In this case, while our daughter is preparing a surprise party for you, Zoe says while she is still laughing, what do you say if you will come with me to a short walk, just to keep you far enough from your surprise? And looking at baby Z, she tells her, Why don't you go to Nana, baby? I am sure she and Auntie Rose already started the preparations. They will need your help for sure. And before I could say another word, Zara is jumping out of my arms and runs to the door. Remember, Daddy, it's a surprise, and she is out. Zoe grabs my chin and turns my face in her direction. You are mine for today, she says in a cheeky voice that makes me hard down there. Damn it. I will die soon. I am yours forever, princess. I tell her and kiss her slowly, enjoying every single sensation. Why don't we prepare ourselves and leave the pack house? Zoe asks me. I already asked the Omegas to prepare us a picnic basket for today, and I intend to take you on a little trip not far from here, but you will need to carry me there, she says and winks at me. So you want to ride me? I mock her, and she rolls her eyes at me. That and a little more, she says and pushes me away from her, leaving me with my mouth wide open, while she goes to the wardrobe and picks some clothes and places them on our bed. She starts to undress herself in front of my eyes. That's new too. It's like she is provoking me. So, are you coming, birthday boy? She asks without looking at me, while she takes out her PJ, and right now she is wearing only her tiny little lace panties, through I can see her pinky folds. I am so damn dead right now, and all I am able to do is to nod like a stupid. In this case, let's go, my alpha. She winks at me. We need to return in time for your surprise party. And she started to laugh again, while I am just blocked in my tracks, completely aroused, with my heart beating so rapidly that I am sure she can hear it. This is my surprise for you, and with that she turned around and exited our room. Change ASAP and follow her, you idiot. Vigo growls in my head. What? Oh, yeah. And jumping from the bed, I take my shorts and the first t-shirt I found, just to realize later that I picked up the one with the most stupid logo on it. It was a present for my stupid Gamma 2 years ago. A white t-shirt with 2 blue billiard balls on it. And now wearing it, it's like a testimony that I have blue balls.